Golden leaves rustled beneath the wheels of Emily's old silver Honda Civic as it cruised along the scenic Blue Ridge Parkway. The Appalachian trees stood tall and eerie, their skeletal branches scratching the sky. Emily tapped the steering wheel to the rhythm of a soft indie song. Sarah, in the passenger seat, stared into her phone. "You sure this is the fastest route to Asheville?" Emily asked, glancing sideways. Sarah nodded. "Google Maps says it's 20 minutes shorter. Takes us through an old town and cuts around a lake." Emily raised an eyebrow. Old towns and lakes. Sounds like a horror movie. Sarah smirked. "Just drive. We'll be fine." They turned off the main highway, tires crackling over the narrow, damp gravel road. The air grew thicker, the forest darker. The cell signal dropped to 1 bar. A green sign flickered as they passed. "Welcome to Black Hollow, estimated 1863. 15 minutes in, the road curved unnaturally often, like a coiling snake. Emily leaned forward. "Why do I feel like we've passed that tree before?" Sarah looked up. "It's the mountains. Everything looks the same." But Emily's hands clenched the wheel. "That billboard, Black Hollow Mercantile. I saw that 10 minutes ago." Then came the deer. It darted into the road. Emily swerved, heart pounding. They stopped inches from a wooden signpost. On it, carved in faded red, "Leave while you remember who you are." "What the hell?" Sarah whispered. Emily got out to check the car. The air was dead quiet. No birds, no wind. Just stillness. She noticed tire marks, their own, looping in circles down the hill. "We're driving in loops," she muttered, getting back in. Sarah stared at her GPS. It froze. "Says we've been at this same spot for 27 minutes. Emily floored the accelerator. A fog crept in, dense and unnatural. It swallowed the trees, the sky, even the road signs. Then they saw her. A teenage girl stood on the road, barefoot, her face turned away, arms hanging limply by her sides. She wore a pale blue dress soaked at the hem, her hair tangled and dripping. Emily slammed the brakes. Sarah gasped. "We almost hit her." But the girl didn't move. Emily called through the window. The girl lifted her head, slowly, revealing hollow, black pits where her eyes should have been. Then she screamed. It wasn't a sound. It was a vibration, a low, rumbling force that made the windows shake. Sarah screamed back, covering her ears. Emily reversed the car blindly through the fog until they found another path and took it without question. The girl. Didn't he follow? They emerged into a clearing. A rusted gas station stood at the corner of 2 cracked roads. A neon sign buzzed half dead. Open 24 hours. Inside, it was lit by 1 flickering bulb. A man stood behind the counter, frozen mid-blink. Dust floated in the stale air. "Hello?" Emily asked. No response. Sarah walked behind the counter. "He's not breathing." "Don't," Emily snapped, pulling her back. A TV in the corner turned on. Snowy static, then a voice. "Black Hollow welcomes you, again, again, again." Emily grabbed a map from the wall. The town wasn't on it. Then something behind them said, "You're late." They turned. The man was now facing them, his face slack, as if carved from wax. Emily grabbed Sarah. "We need to go." They ran out, only to find the fog thicker, and their car gone. The 2 girls ran, breathless, following the road. Every turn brought them back to the same clearing. The gas station stood, unchanged. Sarah collapsed to the ground, sobbing. "We're trapped. What is this place?" Emily was trembling. "It's a loop. We've been pulled into some kind of memory. Memory of the town. Maybe it died. Maybe it's forcing us to remember it." They tried walking the opposite way, still back at the gas station. They shouted. Through rocks. Nothing helped. Finally, they slept in the woods, huddled in fear. Morning came, but the sun didn't. Instead, the fog now shimmered like glass. Emily approached the shimmer, hand out. It resisted like thick jelly. A whisper came from within. "One must forget to escape." She turned to Sarah. "We have to forget this place." Sarah shook her head. "No, that's what it wants. What if forgetting means becoming part of it?" They argued, until Sarah screamed again. Behind Emily, a mirror stood upright in the woods. In it, Emily, standing alone. Sarah was gone. Emily turned. Sarah stood beside her, but her reflection wasn't there. Then Emily's reflection smiled. "Only one leaves." Emily ran. The mirror shattered, and suddenly she was on the road again. The car was parked. GPS was working. No fog. Birds chirped. Sarah was in the passenger seat, asleep. She shook her. Sarah opened her eyes. "You okay? Was it a dream?" Emily asked. Sarah frowned. "What do you mean?" Emily looked back. The road sign. "Leaving Black Hollow. Come back soon." She didn't tell Sarah, but she noticed in the mirror, her reflection no longer blinked. Ending line, hook. Every fall, another lost soul drives through Black Hollow, but only one ever drives out.